It's good to have you back with us. We want to talk to you about a few things. But first up, we are kind of throughout the 3 hours here on Bloomberg Businessweek Daily looking at the economy in different ways. And when people are building things or talking about building things, willing to commit to projects that might take a few years to complete or even longer, it's a great read on the economy and comfort about the longer term. What are you seeing? Are people comfortable about building and making plans to build right now?
I believe they're cautiously optimistic. I think that's the best way to put it. We just finished J.P. Morgan Chase's corporate headquarters, beautiful building constructed over a period of, I want to say, 5 years. And then we're at JFK Terminal 1. And Terminal 1, as you know, was supposed to open in July, but now it's opening in October. But there has been a little slowing down of Phase B while we're in the process of securing new airlines to take gates. And so it really depends on the market you're in. I know you're aware of what's happening with Gateway.
Yes.
Huge concern for the construction community. A loss of 1,000 jobs on Friday, and numerous consultants who were participating on that much-needed critical infrastructure.
This is the $16 billion Hudson River Rail Tunnel that's largely come to a halt due to the Trump administration's decision to freeze its funding. Is McKissick and McKissick working on that at all? Is it involved with that?
No, we are not working on that project. We were on the original project when Governor Christie stopped the project.
I know that's how long this has been. That's how long this has been going on. I don't need to tell Carol because she comes from New Jersey
years.
every day.
But, my God! And New Jersey politics is always engaging.
It is, but it raises a really important question, Cheryl, and that's about cities and the federal government working together. It's about private companies, family-owned companies, large corporations working with cities and the federal government. That dynamic seems to have really shifted in the last year. And I'm curious about your view, because you work with so many different agencies, state, local, and federal, how you navigate an environment such as this.
Well, when you look at the complications of just sheer building in New York City, you wonder how anything ever gets built. But what I have learned is by developing very good relationships with the building department, with the architects, the engineers, the politicians, the developers, everyone has to be on board, because you don't ever know when you're going to need to contact one of those individuals to help push a project along. And I have seen that over my 35 years of building in New York City, that the relationships really matter. You don't know if it's going to be the fire department. You don't know what it's going to be. It might even be the MTA, because the MTA, is throughout the entire city. And if you build within a certain range of their property, then you have to involve them. And so it's just one of the most complex, complicated cities to build in the world.
What's interesting about construction right now? Is it, I think about, it's interesting, we're talking about the White House and the EPA and kind of getting ready to, it feels like, roll back things that have been so important to protecting climate and people's health in general. And so we've seen trends in buildings being cleaner, LEED certified, and so on and so forth. But when you look at what's going on, what are the trends that you are seeing when it comes to construction right now?
Well, definitely now we have the Climate Control Board and the climate control goals that the governor would like to see in place. So we're definitely seeing more buildings come online that are all electric, which creates a whole nother problem all by itself, because where is all the electricity coming from? We are so close to capacity. I think next year we're at capacity with all the electric vehicles, all the buildings, all the data centers.
So what is that? What are the implications of that? Does that mean that we don't actually have the electricity that we need? Does it mean we see rolling blackouts? Does it mean we see people who have electric heat not being able to heat their homes in the winter?
Well, I think we've run into that already. The grid just cannot support the supply.
But those are two different things, right? One is grid resilience, and the other one is actually electrical capacity.
The power itself.
The power itself. And you're saying we don't have the power, right?
Both.
Yeah.
I'm saying we need both. We need both.
Yeah, I think this winter has proven that here in New York for sure.
Yes, and so we're going to have to be innovative around that. If it's firing up old plants, hydro, electricity, whatever it's going to take, because the demand is just so great.
It's time to harness the sun at this point. It's pretty, we talk about the affordability issues. I mean, we were just talking at home last night about our electrical bills, like trying to understand. And we've done things, energy efficient light bulbs and all that good stuff. And it's just crazy. Hey, before you go, I know we're going to have you back. Your book, this book, The Black Family Who Built America. You are the 5th generation leader of your family owned and run firm, roots back to Tennessee, really family roots even further back here. Tell us why you wanted to write this.
Well, I wanted to get this story out because it's extremely fascinating to have a Black family that's in a very difficult profession of architecture and construction to make it to 5 generations. I mean, as we know, it's difficult to have a second generation. It's about 40%, third generation's 18%, and fourth generation's like 3%. So to make it to the 5th generation is an incredible feat. And so I also wanted to get out this book, especially during the time of erasure of Black history. This book talks about another side of history that a lot of people don't know, because now the name of our book is The Black Family Who Built America, but of course we didn't build all the buildings in America, but Black people had largely a big hand in building a lot of the structures in America, and we're like the hidden figures. And it makes sense. I mean, history and books follow money, power, and authorship, right? Not necessarily labor. And we were the labor behind these buildings and structures. We weren't able to seal documents. And so although we could have been constructing and designing, we were pretty much forgotten.